I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. About 3 days ago I put an auger bit into this vinegar solution. Now I'm going to pull it out and see what it looks like. Put down a drop cloth and put on some rubber gloves because otherwise it gets into my skin and it makes my hands look rusted. No matter what you do, rust is messy. This may have been originally made to be an auger for a barn beam drilling machine. It is in excellent condition. One of the nicest ones I've ever seen. I am going over this with a wire brush, but it's more for the scrubbing effect than anything else. A little bit of pitting right there and here. No damage on the screw. The thing I need to do now is neutralize that acid and get some wax on it. With the iron in a chemically clean state, it wants to just suck moisture right out of the air and combine with the oxygen. I'm getting flash rust on the surface. It does have the matte gray surface, which is a combination of the etching from the acid and the etching from the rust. Because the rust, it combines with the iron combines with oxygen and forms a surface, so the oxygen doesn't combine uniformly over the whole surface, and it tends to grab onto grain edges, which causes pits and high points. But the lead hammer handle is going to be a little easier to clean because it doesn't have quite the amount of configuration that that auger bit does. At least I hope it's a little easier, because this wasn't difficult. I just don't want to mess around with this all day. Well, this has been sitting basically unprotected since the 60s. And it's mild steel. It's not been coated or plated or anything else. It hasn't laid out in the yard. That's always a plus. been either on a bench or in a toolbox since 1969 when I brought it home. Stamped with my name, David N. Held up well. Of course, it's had 2 or 3 heads on it because lead hammers just get deformed. Now we're going to see if we can pour this vinegar back in the jug. Without spilling it all over the place. That'll be the trick of the week. There. Okay, we've got the hammer handle all cleaned up. Now we'll put some wax on it. Keep it from flash rusting. This is my first attempt at making a precision taper. I had to match the blueprint within 2 thousandths. Had a tight tolerance on a hammer handle, but it's just the way it was. And that's another reason why I have a hard time keeping paint on my bench. I'm very pleased with how the auger turned out. Thank you, George. This is a really, really nice auger. Gonna take a little work to get it trued up so I can use it in the barn beam drill. But I think it's easily done. And my old hammer handle, it's in fine shape. Came out of the rust bath just perfect. Now I get to make a mold for the lead hammerhead, and I can cast up another hammerhead. And if I make the mold right, I'll be able to keep it. The ones that I've seen, and the one that this was originally made for, Mr. Stanky had. It was a cast iron piece that had fitting that this clamped into. That's why this had to be so tight. You clamp the stem of the hammer in the mold, you close the top, and then there was a little bowl out here in the front that you put just enough lead in it to fill the bowl. When that was heated up to molten, you just tipped the hammer back like that. The lead poured out of the bowl into the mold and made a perfect head. There was just enough lead in there to exactly make the head. But Mr. Stanky's long gone, and I don't have the mold. So I'm going to have to come up with something similar to that. I don't know if I'll put the little pouring ladle on there. Probably just make something that'll clamp onto this thing and make a head. But I think it's a worthwhile project. That's going to take a little time to make, and I'll be doing it in between other jobs, and I probably won't show you the video until I get it all done, because otherwise it's just going to be little dribs and drabs. But this first part, clean up, you get to see today. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. And no, I'm not going to eat the lead, and I will wash my hands after I handle lead, but lead is not something that jumps off the ground and kills you. You have to purposefully ingest it, either through ignorance or wanting to. I don't know of anybody that wants to inhale lead or ingest lead, but don't worry, I'm not going to hurt myself.